Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the Super Bowl. I was just going to have a nice little intimate party here, but I've gotten myself hyped up watching NFL Network, watching Media Day. This is going to be a good matchup. And I know you guys, we have to get over it. Yeah, we really could have been playing in this game. I will attest to that 100%. But we also could have been out, one and done, first week of the playoffs. So these two teams were probably the two best teams going into the playoffs. And these two teams were the number one team in their conference, and they're going to play for the Super Bowl. And both teams have monster running backs. LeGarrette Blount, if you don't remember that punch, he still scares me from that punch back when he punched that dude at Boise State. That's a scary individual. And then Marshawn, you know how Marshawn is. Yeah. And before I get to Marshawn, let me talk about our own running back. Then I'm going to get to Marshawn because I got a lot of stuff to say about what's going on with him. But our running back, Dez, if anybody's worried about Dez signing, you need to get committed. Something's wrong with you. Dez will be a Cowboy. If Dez will not be a Cowboy, we will burn the house down. Period. DeMarco Murray, he's a running back. Running backs can be replaced. You know, running backs, when you have a good line, running backs, if you got to teach someone, you can get the job done also. But the question is Murray special or not? I tend to think he is special. And the one thing I do not like about Cowboy fans, I cannot stand about Cowboy fans, is when a player has done a lot for us and then we talk junk about him and kick him to the curb. I can't stand that. If you have respect for the player when he wore the star, have respect for the player when he leaves the star for what he did for the star. You don't, as soon as he leaves the Cowboys, isn't the time just to talk trash about him. And the trash talk on DeMarco Murray has already started, and it's getting on my nerves. Talking about he fumbles too much. Look at the numbers, people. Look at how much DeMarco Murray, I put this on Facebook, and correct me if I'm wrong because I just looked over this quickly, but DeMarco Murray has 8 fumbles in his career, and that's around 980 carries, almost 1,000 carries, 8 fumbles. In 2003, Adrian Peterson had 9 fumbles and 341 carries, less amount of carries than DeMarco Murray had this year. Just imagine what you would have been saying if DeMarco led the league in rushing like AD did, and DeMarco had 9 fumbles this season. You'd be losing your mind. The point to this whole thing, if you run the rock all the time, fumbles will happen no matter who you are. No one holds on to the ball forever but Emmitt Smith. Sorry, that was my boy. But still, it happens in this day and age in the NFL. You got someone who led the NFL by almost 500 yards. He's a man-child. And if you think about it, he doesn't have that much tread on his tires because of the injuries early in his career. Now, he's built his body up to what he did last season. For a body to go through what he did, please, DeMarco, tell Sean Lee to do the same thing you did to your body. But the things that he did to his body, what he went through this season, was of He-Man proportions. So maybe we got him tuned up for the next person. And I don't want that to be like a Marshall Faulk, you know, when he goes to the next team and it's that last thing for that team to go over the top, kind of like Buffalo and Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch kind of fluttered around at Buffalo until he got his wheels. Then Seattle picked him up, and now they got a monster. I don't want to do that with DeMarco. You know, if he's going to be a superstar in this league, let him be a superstar with us. And trust me, I see it because it's around all the ability. Some people say he can't hit the long run or whatever. It's about getting the yards when you need to get the yards. It's about people not wanting to touch you in the fourth quarter because you're hitting them so hard. That's the stuff that Murray does. He's a monster. All right, that out of the way. Now we talk about Marshawn Lynch, another monster. Marshawn, I'm only here because so I won't get fined. I'm only here because I won't get fined. I thought that was awesome. I'm sorry. I don't know how you cannot like this guy. This guy is himself. The only people that are mad is the media because he's not doing what they're telling him to do, which is just ridiculous. He doesn't want to speak to the media, and he shouldn't have to. Why? Because the media will take your words and take their own agenda. Let me give you an example. What if when he was with us, our TO decided not to speak to the media? Then they wouldn't have words to turn around. They wouldn't have stuff. They made this dude into all kind of things. And you see what T.O. is now. He's a pussycat. But you acted like he was killing dogs and murdering people, and you acted like he was the worst vermin on earth because of some of the statements that came out of his mouth that he didn't even really mean most of the time. So Marshawn Lynch don't want to get caught at, because Marshawn Lynch come from a dark place. And he knows his truth is different than your truth. And he might see some things different than what you see him. And he wants to keep that to himself. Because if he says the wrong thing, then you're going to make him a villain. He don't want to deal with that. But then when you got a commercial, when he want to make some money, he can make some money. So I appreciate Marshawn Lynch, and I don't want to hear him talk. I want to see him punch somebody in the face. That's what I like. And I think that's it. I was going to say something about the Patriots cheating. But what's new? The Patriots cheat. Get over it. Sometimes you gotta beat a team and the refs. Sometimes you gotta beat a team and whatever they like to do as far as cheating. He's gonna put some kind of wrinkle in the game too. Watch him. Belichick is like that. Go Hawks. All right, holla at you. Like I said, live show here on Sunday. We're gonna have the whole room lit up and everything is gonna be fun. But I'm pulling for Seahawks. I cannot pull for Brady. There'll be a lot of Boston people in here. I got Boston people in my family. I got a Boston person in my neighbor. All those people love Belichick and all that kind of stuff. I can't stand them. And the one person I hate more in this world, because I'm not him, is Tom Brady. And yes, that's 100% haterade. The dude's got it all. I hate him. All right, see you Sunday. See you Sunday.